Alright, we're straight into it, no intro, DEFCON Inc. I'm here, I'm playing MEW VMAX with Meloetta and Ice Cube and Deoxys. So, definitely a little bit more of a one prizer focused build, while still having all of the nice Mew stuff that you're used to. So, let's see. We're gonna win the die roll here, so we're gonna like to go first. MEW VMAX is still pretty strong in this format. I think it's pretty underplayed, and that speed aspect of the Genesect is always going to be helpful. This hand is a little leaves a little to be desired, but it's fine. So we're playing against Miraidon. Draw for turn, it's a Nest Ball. That's pretty solid. We're going to be able to get a Genesect out of the deck here. And then we'll be able to attach a Fusion Strike Energy here to a Mew V. Unfortunately, that's going to be the extent of our turn here. We don't really have another extender. I don't want to waste one of these power tablets, but the nice thing is on this following turn, I'll be able to go like Fusion Strike Energy attached to Mew V, and then go like Power Tablet plus Iono, and then maybe between a combination of Iono drawing into a path. This Pokemon has an evolution that's 30 more damage. This is going to do 60. Okay, so it's just a one prize attacker. I assume this Miraidon's probably going to go and get another. Oh, it actually ends up getting Raichu. I assume that was going to grab a Mareep there. There's the electric generator. So we're just hoping that our opponent can't get an attack off with Miraidon. And they only get one energy off of that generator. That's pretty nice for us. There's another generator. Let's see. Okay, opponent opened pretty nice. They got double generator in their opening hand. Not too shabby. The worst case scenario, if our Mew does get knocked out here, there's actually an attachment to the active Miraidon, which is interesting. Okay, they're going to retreat into Raikou. Probably draw a card off the Fleetfoot here. They probably don't have a draw supporter in hand. I guess that's the trade-off for opening multiple generators. They actually get a research off of the top there, off of the Fleetfoot. I assume they get a research there because they would have just researched and then retreated and Fleet-footed, or tried researching into the switching card. So there is a Forest Seal Stone. See if our opponent, actually they are going to use their V-Star power. Probably going to be grabbing another electric generator here to try to get the knockout with Miraidon. They're using 3 generators turn 1, which is definitely a little bit risky. And there's a third one. Let's see, they do end up hitting it. Yep, for the third energy. Let's see if our opponent researches into a switching card. They research into a rope. Oh, that is super bad. I'm actually giving them the Genesect here because I don't want to give them the Mew with the energy. I think I'm okay giving them the Genesect here because again, I can go Fusion Strike Energy attached to Mew, play Power Tablet, and then go for the Iono. Losing the Gen there definitely sucks. I want to promote Mew. But we do have the Iono to basically refresh our hand. We draw another Sparkle. Definitely not what I wanted to see there. We have the Power Tablet. So worst case scenario, as long as we can get out to MEW VMAX off of this Iono, we'll be taking a knockout. Our opponent's down 3 gens. Okay, it's nice. So we get the MEW VMAX there. So there's MEW VMAX. Let's see, we can go for the Heavy Ball. Maybe we try something here. There's Meloetta. I'm going to take Meloetta. We're going to have 3 Fusion Strike Energy attached the following turn. And I do need something to copy. So I'm going to use the Forest Seal Stone here. I'm going to use it to grab a Ultra Ball. So the Ultra Ball is going to thin our hand down a little bit for this Genesect. So I'm going to get rid of this Double Turbo Energy and the Pal Pad. I don't know if we're going to need that Iono again. We do have a Judge in the deck, which we have something to copy now with the Cross Fusion Strike with the Genesect. About 3 more cards. Boom. We actually get 2 more Genesects. It's pretty sick. Alright. Draw some more cards. Draw 4. Okay, so we're able to refill our hand again. There's nothing else we really need here, so I'm just going to go for the knockout. Go for Cross Fusion Strike for Techno Blast for the 240. Knockout Miraidon, and now our opponent only has a Flaffy in play, or a Mareep that will evolve into a Flaffy on the following turn to be able to accelerate energy onto their board. So it's not looking too great. Is he a free retreat? Oh, that's actually kind of neat. I didn't know this thing had free retreat. That's cool. Maybe this is slightly better than the Flying Pikachu that Sajin Parks was playing. Not really sure. I guess Sajin wasn't also playing the Flying Pikachu VMAX either, so maybe your pivot being a one prizer is fine enough. Yep, so we see the path to the peak being played, which is definitely interesting on our opponent's part. And they choose to play the research instead of the judge. I mean, judge path seems like pretty strong right there in the mid game. Unfortunately for us, we don't have a out to this path to the peak, but our opponent doesn't have an attack either. Let's see, we do have an Ultra Ball, so I can Ultra Ball away the Cleansing Gloves and the Battle VIP Pass. That's an easy get rid of, so we can grab a MEW VMAX. We do have the DTE as well. Go Evolve here, then attach the Double Turbo to MEW VMAX, and we can just retreat and knock out this Zeraora. We'll attach this as well, just to get it out of our hand. Go for the Brush Fusion Strike for... I can't... How big is this? I'm gonna just click Technoblast. I didn't know how big the Zeraora was. I could have clicked the Melodious Echo if this was real life, obviously. Maybe I should have played the Heavy Ball there to get that Mew out of the prize. But I guess the risk is... No, I definitely should have just played the Heavy Ball there to get the Mew out of the prize. There's only a 1/3 to grab the Heavy Ball. I probably could have got something more useful off the prize. There's a Nest Ball. I'm going to assume this is probably going to grab... It actually grabs a Miraidon. I assumed it was going to grab another Mareep to try to accelerate some more energy onto this board. Our opponent's going to hit us for a nice little chunk here with a Boss's Order. That's probably going to knock out one of our Genesects. Yep. So let's see. We have hopefully some sort of out to Path to the Peak on this following turn. Or else this might get kind of bad. Or a Spark would be pretty good here to knock out the Raikou. So we get an Escape Rope, which doesn't do too much because we don't have an additional modifier. So I think our best bet is maybe to just try to 2-hit KO this Raikou. I'm going to do something to attach the Fusion Strike Energy to this Meloetta. I mean, I could go for the... I think actually going for the Rope here is fine. Our opponent's going to give us something. See what they want to give us. We can't knock this thing out anyway. Yeah, we'll go into the MEW VMAX. We still can't knock this thing out. So I'm just going to go for the... I'll go for the Technoblast. Just get the most damage down. Let's get how many energy our opponent's down. They're down. They have 5 in the bin. 6, 7. They probably play like 2 or 3 more. There's the Flappy. That's off the top for sure. There's a generator. And our opponent actually goes 4 for 4 on generators. Kind of insane. Good for them. There's a Dynamotor going to attach to Raikou. Probably not Raichu, I mean. Sorry. See if our opponent has the energy to retreat. Okay, we're still looking for... There's a Rope. We'll just give them the Meloetta. Giving them damage and anything else would be kind of silly. Yep, and then there's a Raikou. Definitely interesting. Our opponent is playing Path to the Peak. Okay, there's a Judge. Hopefully we can get something good off of this Judge. So we get pretty much the same hand we had before. Actually, this is like almost. There's a Forest Seal Stone. Let's see, so I think we're just going to lose this first game. Because we don't have an out to this Path to the Peak, even after that Judge. And we have no way of knocking out this Raikou. Draw out to Path to the Peak. Okay. There's a chance. Okay. Actually, I'm going to get rid of this switch. Okay, we need a heads here. This is a very important heads. Okay, very nice. We have the heads. What we can do here is, I mean, there's a couple options. We can go for the Boss's Order onto the Raikou or to the Raichu, which would be pretty good here. Could also go for the out to Path to the Peak. I do have my own, but our other vacuum seems to be prized. Our only out here is Lost City. Which I guess is fine if we Lost City and our opponent. Okay, so actually I think what my play is here is I'm going to grab Boss's Order, and I'm just going to say I'm going to get that other vacuum off of the prize. Because we have... Wait, I thought we used a vacuum. Am I losing my mind? We don't have anything to lost on. Did I price both vacuums? Am I crazy? Okay, so then we're gonna kill Raichu, right? And then we're just gonna hope that we get that thing off the prize. So we're just retreating to this one, and we're gonna go for the Frost Fusion Strike for Technoblast. Hit our opponent for 210. We're putting our opponent on don't have boss either way. I think this is fine. We'll go for the Technoblast, knock out Raichu, and then there should be a Lost Vacuum in one of these two cards. Yep, there's a Lost Vacuum in a Power Tablet. And let's see, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140, 160. So our opponent doesn't have enough to knock us out at the moment with the... There's a boss's order, but that's not enough to knock out Genesect at the moment. Lightning Rondo for 160. So that's nice. So we just win here, hopefully. Because we can go attach to the active, and then we retreat, and then we can Lost Vacuum away the Mew, and we can get rid of the Bravery Charm, and then play the Power Tablet, and then Cross Fusion Strike for Technoblast. So actually, we end up getting a little bit lucky there with that Cram Heads. We're able to kind of steal that game from our opponent. Pretty nice. Not bad, not bad. Not a bad game one. Kind of a rocky start from us. We just kind of had Mew. I mean, the Genesect was pretty good. Our hand wasn't bad at all. It left a little to be desired, but it was definitely enough to get us. The Rope turn 1 was really crazy, and the triple Electromagnetic Generator was super crazy. Especially that late game one that hit. That one surprised me the most. Our opponent maybe had a couple energy left in their deck, and they were able to do it to us. All right, let's see. So our opponent chose heads, and they're flipping the coin. Okay, so they're going to end up winning the die roll here. That was me going second. We lose the die roll, so our mindset is, okay, is our opponent going to lead something that is going to be beneficial to Meloetta, or I can use my block slider as well. This hand is pretty solid. So let's see. Our opponent flips over a Comfy. So this is, one of maybe 2 or 3 decks. Obviously, there's Lost Box, Turbo with the Dragonite. There's Lost Box Giratina. And then there's like Lost Box Udra, maybe. Some of the more obscure variants. But I'm assuming this is either going to be Tina or this is going to be Turbo. There's a Nest Ball. It's probably going to either grab like Ninja or Comfy. Usually if I'm playing Lost Box and I open up a Nest Ball, I like to use the Comfy first to see if I get another basic off of my Comfy. That way I can use that Nest Ball to kind of get the one I'm missing. Like, if I'm Comfy and I flip over a Ninja, I can get the other Comfy. Or if I Comfy into a Comfy, maybe I can get like the Cramorant off of this, or like another B that my deck is focused around. Like if I was playing Giratina, okay, I Comfy into Giratina. Our opponent actually just Comfy's in a Battle Pass, which is pretty nice. That is where I was going to get to, is if I'm playing Lost Box, I'll Battle Pass before I Comfy, because it gets 2 cards out of the deck, and it's going to get both of those cards I want out of the deck turn 1, being like a Comfy and a Greninja. But if I have Nest Ball, I try to Comfy first usually, because if I Comfy first, then it lets me make a more informed decision on my Nest Ball. Because I'm only getting one of the Pokemon that I want really bad. Well, possibility here that our opponent did prize the Greninja, because usually if you're going first, you don't grab the Cramorant right away. And there's an Electric Energy, so this is going to be Turbo. So we're going to have to be worried about that Drapion. But if we do get the Deoxys play, that is also pretty good. Let's see, I can probably Cramomatic away this Power Tablet, and if that hits a Battle Pass, that'll be really, really nice for us, because then we'll be able to go for a Switch Cart play. Put a 130 HP Deoxys into the front of one of these Cramorant. And that Deoxys is usually good to trade for 2 prizes because Cramorant can't kill it. And if your opponent commits a V Pokemon to kill your Deoxys, it's fine. Then you either get to like kill Raikou or Dragonite and put in the Lost Zone, which is very beneficial because a lot of the times this deck will try to go like kill Gen, kill Gen, kill Gen. We draw MEW VMAX. Not the best top deck. We can get rid of Power Tablet here. If we get heads, beautiful. Okay, so now we don't have to waste our Forest Seal Stone. We do have the Deoxys deck, which is really nice. Unfortunately, the Ice Cube is only 110 as well. Okay, so that's going to be nice. It's going to get us our Battle Pass. So this Battle Pass is going to be getting us the a Deoxys, and then the Mew. And then we can bench the Genesect we have down. So as long as we can draw one more of these pieces, we'll have the whole play. So I actually have to draw the double Turbo Energy and a Sparkle. So we have a couple things we have to draw here. So I can attach the Forest Seal Stone. We'll draw one, see what we get. It's a Cleansing Gloves, which isn't going to help us too much here. I mean, I could go for the Fusion Strike, the Psychic Leap play onto the Comfy. Then it leaves me without a Mew. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to attach this here. I guess worst case scenario is I could Star Alchemy for another Battle Pass. We do have kind of these two like undesirable cards in our hand. I mean, worst case scenario, I could just attach to the Mew, get it instantly on a Genesect, then switch card to the turn after. But more than likely, I want to use this Forest Seal Stone before my turn ends. I get an Iono. It's like not a great supporter here. Let's see. I'm going to actually just go for this Star Alchemy here. I'm going to grab another Battle Pass. Grab another Battle Pass. And this is just going to grab us another Genesect. Alternatively, it could grab a Meloetta, but Meloetta is a little too fragile for me to want to put it down in this matchup. So let's see. I can just Fusion Strike System for 2 more. And we're going to get Forest Seal Stone and Lost City. So yeah, we'll just attach this. I'm going to attach the Forest Seal or the Fusion Strike energy to the Deoxys. Next turn, we'll hopefully get to that double Turbo Energy. And I'm just going to... Part of me wants to play this Path to the Peak, but I think I'm going to save it for later in the game before our opponent gets the Greninja off the prizes. I mean, I could Iono. Yeah, I have Palpad. I'm going to just Iono to try to dig through a couple more of these cards. Let's see. We get Power Tablet, at least a Sparkle, which would be good for the following turn. So yeah, I'll pass on that. Next turn, we can go for the Sparkle. And then I'll hopefully get a switching card somewhere through one of these Genesects. Let's see. So our Comfy's gonna go for Flower Selecting and get rid of another energy card. There's the Heavy Ball, and the Heavy Ball is probably gonna grab that Greninja off the prize cards. Yep. Okay, so there's the Radiant Greninja. They're gonna use their ability. So maybe I could have put that path into play, but I mean, I couldn't ever really know my opponent was gonna get their one of Heavy Ball off of that. So they're gonna manually retreat here. Our opponent does have 4 in the Lost Zone, so if they have an additional switch card, they're gonna go into Comfy. Yup. So they're gonna use this Comfy here, get a 5th card in the Lost Zone, and then use a switching card to go into Cramorant, hit us for 1, which is fine. What did they get? Was that a Bravery Charm? Oh, it was a Pokestop. Oh, that's pretty nice for us, though. It gets rid of one of our opponent's stadium cards so that it will be a little bit less useful later. It'll be a little harder for them to get rid of a Path to the Peak later in the game, so it's going to make our path a little more useful here. Right, let's see. There's the Cramorant. This one's probably gonna smack us for $110. Right. We draw for turn. Boom, double turbo. Okay. Not double turbo, but that is fine. Let's see. We have an Iono on the discard here. So I'm going to Sparkle. We'll target this guy and this guy. We actually have 2 left in the... I think that's fine. I don't mind using a double turbo on the Deoxys. I'm going to do actually yeah, whatever. We're going to have to attach double turbo to it anyway. I'm going to go for Ultra Ball. I'm going to discard Boss's Order and MEW V. And then I'm going to grab a VMAX. I'm going to evolve this one because it can get a double turbo cleanly. And then I can Pal Pad back Boss and Iono. And we're just going to start drawing some cards here. I mean, I could, yeah, I'm going to just Lost Vacuum away one of these Force Seal Stones. I'm going to just draw a clean 6 off this Genesect. Because we do really need that switching card here. Or a double turbo energy. Okay, so we have the double turbo energy, which is pretty nice. So we'll attach that here. So we're just going to attack with the MEW VMAX this turn. And then the belt. Does the belt matter onto this? This is going to do 160 to 190. I guess it could matter. And this thing is probably going to just be Genesect. Going to get smacked by a Drapion. So I'm just going to leave it there. Get 2 more. We get the switch cart, which is perfect because it's going to give us that extra heal with the Genesect. And then we can just knock this bad boy out. So go for the Cross Fusion Strike for the Techno Blast. Cramorant. Boom. Card of prize. Ultra Ball. Not too bad. Ultra Ball is going to help thin our hand a little bit. Get rid of like this Meloetta and this Genesect. See, so our opponent's probably going to be able to get to that 7 number this turn. Thankfully, Dragonite can't kill MEW VMAX. But if we do get Drapion, at least we can have the retaliation with this Deoxys. This thing will be doing 190 if we can get that last Fusion Strike energy out of the... Wait, our last card. So if we attach DT to it, we just need to get a Power Tablet, which is fun. Pretty sure we still have 2 more. We still have 2 more. 2 more I lied. It's fine. We got Cremomatic here. And there's an Escape Rope. I don't want to just give him this Genesect again. They're gonna knock it out with a V Pokemon that's like pretty okay. Already damaged, so if they want to Drapion on it, they played Colress already. And there's another rope. Okay. I guess we're just gonna give them another sec. See. And then there's the Sableye. So is Sableye gonna knock out this Deoxys we have on the bench over here? There's a Nest Ball. Is this one gonna grab a V Pokemon, or is this one gonna grab another Sableye? It actually grabs another Sableye. Okay, so our opponent has 1 Psychic in the Lost Zone already, 1 Psychic Energy, and their Boss's Order. Definitely unfortunate. There's the first gate used. I think they're the Lost Zone. Are they at 10 yet? They're at 9. So they do need to get 1 more in the Lost Zone before attacking with the Sableye. Unless our opponent's going to go for the Greninja play here. No, they're not. Hopefully our opponent knows that they're only at 9. They're not at 10 yet. So maybe they're going to retreat into... Actually... So they're going to get double energy down on the Sableyes. Field cards. Are they trying to draw maybe Vacuum here to get that 10th in the Lost Zone? This one has easy ability though, right? Okay. I think they should have maybe. So this Sableye is going to get 12 damage counters down. So it's either going to knock out the Genesect or it's going to knock out the Deoxys. Knock out the Deoxys would be definitely annoying here. So they're going to go for a switching card here. Going to keep that energy on the Comfy. We're gonna go for the Lost Vine. Let's see what they go for. Yeah, I feel like prime candidate Genesect there. Yeah, they're gonna just knock out the Genesect and put maybe 1 damage counter on the Deoxys to maybe knock it out with another Cramorant later. I feel like that would be a pretty solid play. Yep, they're gonna knock out Genesect. I think they have 1 more damage counter to play around with. They're just gonna set up for another Genesect. Cool. One's gonna take 2 prize cards. And it is our turn. Hopefully, maybe we can get that Lost City into play here to get rid of the Sableye. Unfortunately, our opponent did set up 2 Sableyes, so that's going to be a nuisance to deal with for sure. Cramomatic, away Cramomatic. See what we get. Hopefully, a switching card. We get heads. That's going to get us a switch card. Unfortunately, it's not going to get us a heal off, but it's fine. Right into MEW V. I'm going to Ultra Ball away these 2. Don't think we're going to need them. Another MEW V. Yes, that's fine. Bench this Genesect. And we'll go for the Future Strike System. 4 more cards. 1, 2, 3. Nothing particularly great there. I'm gonna Ultra Ball away a 1-1. Fail that as well. Draw 3 more. I do want to usually keep 1 MEW V down. Oh, we get Lost City Judge. That is great. We go for the Judge. I want to keep 1 Psychic Leap Pokemon in play, so then that way our opponent is like still fearful of the Psychic Leap, so they don't just Dragonite the Mew and assume there's no consequence. We go for Cross Fusion Strike. We'll go for the if this Pokemon it's if this Pokemon has any Fusion Strike energy attached to it. I always thought it was just a Fusion Strike energy in play. Probably read my cards. Alright, so we get 1 Sableye into the Lost Zone there, which is really nice. Let's see, this other Sableye is probably going to come up, hit 12 damage on another one of our guys. And then hopefully we can put this Sableye on the Lost Zone as well. Let's see. There's a Colress. Unfortunately, we judge our opponent into a Colress. But, I mean, they've only used 1. So, I mean, I guess it's, like, not that unlikely. We do have an Iono again. So, for our opponent, they get rid of Clara and a Aiku. The Clara makes sense, right? We're putting all their Sableyes in the Lost Zone, so they're not going to be able to, Sableye spam constantly. There goes Manaphy, I think. Yeah, it was Manaphy. Okay, so worst case scenario, I guess, is our opponent is setting up a Kyogre play. Can't really do much about Kyogre. Yep, there's the Kyogre off of the prizing. Thankfully, though, our opponent's not going to bench Kyogre this turn. Because if we boss Kyogre in Lost City, like, the game's over. There's no way our opponent ever benches that, right? Because we don't have a boss in our discard, and they know that we Palpated 1. So at the worst, they know at least 1 is not prime. They're gonna Nest Ball here. Yeah, our opponents should probably start thinning their deck a bunch. They've only used 1 gate, which is pretty crazy. But they're down 5 of their 8 switching cards. They're gonna retreat. This is probably just gonna be a Sableye, and then the Sableye is gonna set up math for. Oh, they actually retreated to another comp. But we still have 4 prize cards remaining. So we're definitely... I mean, if our clock was a little bit better, if we were to take a knock on that first one, be a 3, going into 2, that'd be a little bit nicer. So they're going to switch cards, see if that's going to be into that other Comfy. They're going to just go for the triple Comfy ability. Even they're kind of getting low in cards in deck, but I guess the plan is to just guarantee the Kyogre play. I can definitely respect. They get rid of the Horn. They play Beach Court as well, which is cool. Beach Court is kind of a card that's fallen out of favor in most Lost Zone decks. Okay, they're actually just gonna not do anything. Let's see. So I'm gonna put this energy on Deoxys Retreat, and then we'll go for the Iono. And just knock this thing out with Photon Boost. Now that Kyogre's in the bottom of the deck, do put a Comfy in the Lost Zone. Prize could be a VIP. I think we have 2 VIPs in the prize because we only had 2 in our deck. So 1 more of these prizes are also going to be a VIP. It's unfortunate, but I think one of them is a fourth Ultra Ball's right here. I think that one of them is also a Cram. Okay, there's an energy off the Ninja. Our opponent's probably going to Sableye, knock out Deoxys here. We can just keep Lost Sitting all that stuff away. Them going to 3 is still... Them Sableye killing our Deoxys is fine, because usually decks that play Kyogre don't play the Drapion. That'd be like super overkill to me. There's a Lost Wine. This one's probably just going to kill like Deoxys. Unless they're gonna, I was saying, unless they're gonna maybe set up some more damage onto the Genesects, but I mean, at this rate, I wouldn't feel too confident with the Kyogre play because the Kyogre is more than likely on the bottom of the deck. Yep, and this thing's just gonna die. Unfortunately, goodbye Deoxys, going to Lost Zone. But I mean, our next turn is gonna be pretty simple. Gonna promote this thing. Their Horn is gone, so we don't have to worry about any Horn shenanigans. If they play double Horn, you're better than me. Attach double turbo here. And yeah, we'll just go for the Technoblast, and we can just keep treating in and out. It doesn't really matter. Sableye goes into the Lost Zone. Get our prize card. Crymatic. Oh, one of the Cryomatics was in the prize. I was right. Okay. Let's see. Colress. Done double Colress. I mean, maybe once in the prize. They haven't played one in a turn or 2. Lost Zone. They have a Psychic and a Electric in the Lost Zone. Yeah, they play 3 of each of these, and then we're Waters. Doubt they play a 5th. I might be the only one to play 5. There's a Colress. They're gonna go to 1 card in deck. I mean, chances are they have the play here if they're gonna get rid of the rest of their deck like this. Let's see, they get rid of a Colress and another Waters. They do actually play the 5. It's interesting. Okay, let's see. So then they're gonna have to have Kyogre double Recycler Mirage Gate switch card here, which is most definitely possible. They've only used 1 gate, and even if there's a gate or maybe even 2 in the prize card here, that's like fine for them. They're actually gonna. All right, never mind. Maybe their last 3 prizes were on Mirage Gate. All right, well that's all the time I'm gonna have for today. We only played 2 games in 33 minutes. It's a little crazy. But thank you guys for watching. Mew is still good. Spiritomb's not real. Spiritomb sucks. It's not a real card. Don't worry about it. Play Mew.